Okay, what are we gonna use?
Hey guys, Sin here with another field upgrade. Today we're looking at the Engineer. I chose to show off the Engineer kit on Rush because this game mode offers a lot of dense combat areas and usually has an armor asset. I brought my standard Rush loadout, which includes a PDW, a reliable long-range sidearm, rocket launcher, and EOD bot. The PDW I brought was the JS2, which I'd never actually used before, and I actually had a lot of success with it, even though I only had a red dot sight equipped with it. The real reason I chose the Engineer is for its rocket launcher, which I got to use plenty of time throughout this match, and I chose the SRA. And I like to change up the rocket launchers from round to round, but the SRA offers unguided support as well as laser designation support. So on a big map like this, I really enjoyed being able to guide my rocket to its target, and I also hoped that somebody would be bringing a laser designator because they are very useful in Rush. I tried to get in as soon as the round started, but unfortunately by the time I spawned in we had already lost Alpha MCOM, and I had an enemy right in front of me and I had to make a split-second decision on what weapon to use. I got really lucky with the 1911 and it was a great choice for this particular map. And this is something I wanted to talk to you guys about. Choosing your weapons on the fly for the particular engagement that you're going to be in is very important. And one of the ways I find success in each round is making sure that my loadout is balanced for any kind of engagement I might come across. I knew that on Rush I would be getting into a lot of close quarters engagements once the attackers got to the MCOM area, which is why I chose the PDW over, say, a carbine or the DMRs, but I chose the 1911 with 3x scope so I could get longer range targets than my little PDW could reach. Not to mention the gadgets that you can bring. I brought the EOD bot, which is an underused gadget in my opinion, especially on Rush. It's a very powerful tool on Rush. I usually have more success with it when I'm attacking, but I've noticed it's very useful for defending as well, and you can see that it bought my team a little time at this particular MCOM. A lot of people don't realize that the EOD bot can arm and disarm MCOMs. And while the EOD bot does take you out of the action temporarily, as you have to enter the screen to control it, if you position yourself correctly for your squad mates to be able to spawn on you, you can maximize the utility of this gadget. And with a little planning, its usefulness as a defender is maximized. If you place the EOD bot near the objective and run around shooting guys, if the objective gets armed, you can enter your EOD bot and be in the area already ready to disarm the MCOM. Unfortunately, that was the only MCOM I actually got to use the EOD bot on. And since we got rolled pretty hard on the first MCOM set, I decided to invest my time in finding a more effective squad. When I enter a fresh game, I usually look for a squad that is communicating over comms. And since I couldn't find one, I ended up choosing the squad that had the most collective points, because I knew that they were probably playing the objective more than the other squads. I call the Engineer the power kit of Battlefield, as all its gadgets and tools provide you with a means to eliminate your enemy. But you're very reliant on your squad mates to keep you alive and resupply you with new rockets. So if you choose to play Engineer, you might want to try finding a squad that is willing to work with you. The squad I ended up in had everything I needed to be an effective Engineer. It had a medic, another Engineer, and a support player with ammo. And I didn't get a whole lot of use out of the ammo because we ended up dying a lot at that second set as well. But I did get an opportunity to find out that the JS2 that I brought shined really well in the close quarters situations and won me almost every single one of my gunfights. I'm really interested to see how the JS2 fares with more unlocks. Even without a laser sight, I was getting really great hip fire with it, and its high ammo capacity along with its rate of fire, which is at 900 I believe, proved to be capable of taking out multiple enemies in one clip. Since we were talking about picking the right tools for the particular situation that you're in, I could have taken the opportunity at this MCOM to change from the EOD bot to mines. The first set we were at had a lot of open areas and not much cover, which made the EOD bot really useful But at this second set on Silk Road, there's a lot of cover and only so many ways a tank could drive in. Even if you don't get kills with the mines, they are a great deterrent versus armor and jihad jeeps alike. And as you can see, I got blown up by a tank that just rolled right into the base. If I were to go back and play this round again, I would probably have switched to mines at this set. While I blame myself for this mistake, I also want to remind myself and everyone else that the squad leader could have ordered a loadout change for this particular set, and this is something that I wish I saw more in public games, as well as more squad leaders marking flags. But of course this doesn't absolve me of the responsibility of changing my own loadout. On the last set of MCOMs, you can see I end up pushing up about 200 meters in front of the MCOM set. As an engineer, this is very useful, as you can ambush the vehicles before they ever get close to the base. But this also applies for the rest of your team. You can see in a little bit I take advantage of my position as I get a great shot on the backside of a tank. But I also want to take this opportunity to stress the implications of defending from behind the MCOM set, as the whole point of Rush is to attack and defend. If the attackers arm the MCOMs, and you are fighting from behind them, then you have to fight up to the MCOM to disarm it. Since that is already the job of the attackers, I don't understand why people constantly defend from behind the objectives. It is far easier to fall back to an objective that has been armed than it is to fight up to one, which is exactly how the attackers lose. Not to mention, on this set of MCOMs, there are a bunch of TOW missile launchers spread out across the plateaus. These are great anti-tank tools, and any kit can use them, so to save my supply of handheld rockets, I used the TOW launchers to great effect. As you can see, I got a laser designation with the last one I shot before I got killed by a UCAV, and I ended up killing the guy. After I respawned, they had pushed up all the way to the MCOMs. This is where I brought the JS2 out again, and it really shined. Again, this is an example of where falling back to an MCOM is much easier than fighting up to one. You can often take sneaky attackers by surprise by simply using the same route that they took to the MCOMs to attack them from behind. I don't exactly do this at this MCOM set, but I do end up taking them by surprise from inside the building. Once they were cleared out, I returned to using my trusty 1911 to take some pot shots at the rest of the attacking force. Not counting the time that I had to reload, I ended up winning all 3 gunfights that I got in at that MCOM. And after we had cleared out the base, I brought out my long-range pistol again. They ended up arming one of the MCOMs, but since they had so few tickets, you can see I decided to hold the line and continue firing at the tank that was rolling up. Again, I could have placed mines at the top of that hill, but it didn't end up mattering because we won anyway. While I didn't do particularly well in this round, I did end up getting MVP and the Ace Squad ribbon by playing the objective, finding a squad that wanted to do the same, and bringing the right tools to the battlefield. Consider the tools available to you and stay adaptable, and you might just find yourself as MVP at the end of the round. Until next time, Sin out.